Welcome to another episode of Constructing Future. Today, I have a pleasure to have here Gary Frey. Is a person that we met online, so the power to meet people through social media and connect today in 2025 is so powerful. So, guys, Gary has a company called GP Marketing Solution, correct, Gary? And it's also big in construction. That's why the reason I decided to invite him here. And again, I can't wait for hear from Gary and his story.
Awesome. Yes, thank you so much for having me on. It's a pleasure. This is the first time I've been on a virtual podcast episode. And so to me, I don't take it for granted. And I want to make sure I, you know, just share all the valuable, information and value that we can.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, Gary, tell us a little bit about your story, where you come from, so people can relate to you a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm here in Southern California. I'm out here in Riverside. I grew up in Temecula, California. And a little bit about me and how I kind of got into the industry that I'm in was I always wanted to be in business, but I didn't think that school was traditionally the best option for me. However, I got my degrees in art mainly to get the graphic design and the creative muscle to learn how to brand and market myself. I thought I was going to get a job in marketing and then eventually leverage myself to create a business during that time. But after like 400 job applications, no one would hire me. And then COVID happened, essentially hit a really
400, 400.
tons, 300 to
Wow.
400 at least.
Wow.
And
Okay.
obviously, yeah, family wasn't happy with that. And that just was, I feel like God saying, like, hey, you wanted to be in business, let's throw you in the deep end and you're going to figure this out and trust me in the process. So I was forced into sales. I got into life insurance and investments. And I just kind of grinded that out for a couple years, was introduced to solar, was selling solar door to door. And then I offered to do social media marketing for the solar company. It was
Mhm.
a good friend of mine. And first year, I think we generated about 18 million in sales. So that was a really cool accomplishment to be a part of. Um, and then as the solar industry, we call it the solar coaster. The ups and downs of that, the marketing really stabilized my income,
Mhm.
and I learned that that was a specific niche in the marketplace here in Southern California that nobody was capitalizing on, and I just kind of fell into it. So after I tried to test the waters into like real estate and see, like, I'm a sales guy, so I thought maybe I'm supposed to be selling homes and not solar. But the marketing aspect kind of pulled me back in, and I feel like the demand was there. So I kind of just stayed in it and didn't resist it or fight it. So I've just been kind of playing that out. And yeah, currently today I'm just marketing for home improvement, construction companies, contractors, and you know, tons of different trades. I pick up referrals and sales on the side simply just from showcasing other people's projects, and people come to me. And it's a perfect place to just really leverage opportunity, job sites, final products, and then dispatch those sales and referrals to the different contractors and people I have relationships with. So that's a little bit about me.
Love
And then
it.
the focus, yeah. So I can kind of get into where I expect to go this next decade
Mhm.
is really the builder consulting, like construction uh, consulting, and then eventually, doing projects from scratch and essentially um, just kind of going that route, but taking my time.
Interesting, interesting. So you see a couple
Mhm.
of great points that I pick from this. And one of the points that I pick is um, you were big in sales and marketing, and most of the company that I interviewed, they struggle on that side. So
Mhm.
what do you think on your perspective, like every company should be focusing on? You say that you grow the solar company to 80 million. Right now, you're helping other companies grow and scale. what's the importance of marketing and sales on those businesses?
For me, I'm, it depends how you want to operate your business and what you want your business to be known as. There's
Mm-hmm.
good business and there's not so good business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know people that go out there and they crush sales, they get the contract signed, but their quality of business falls off the books, reputation dwindles, credibility falls, and no one wants to play that game. But
Mm-hmm.
people get paid. So there's this balance or understanding on how do you retain not only quality business, but keep a quality reputation around your brand name.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you lose your credibility, you can't really earn it back unless you have a really impressive PR guy who knows how to make things, rebrand the company. But for me, I personally believe like just be you, be honest, be authentic, and just speak the truth. If you have a conviction around a certain, industry, a product or service, clearly communicate that and put the homeowner or the customer first. Um, I mean, we know this should be a common principle and like, moral compass
Mm-hmm.
that we operate from. But surprisingly, there's a lot of sales reps out there that just they're in it for the sale and they don't think about the homeowner and they get stuck in these loans and it's a scary situation and they disappear and then the company's at fault, but the rep is not anywhere in the
Mm-hmm.
equation.
Mm-hmm.
I Yeah, that's my take. But to really capitalize on doing good work and generating revenue is think long term, have a conviction around your niche and your marketplace, stay there, and leverage your relationships. Of course, provide value. You never want to take,
Mm-hmm.
but you want to find a place where you can essentially just give. I don't know, like you just want to give, you want to provide value, you want to almost promote people too, like depending on what avenue of sales you are. We know networking is huge, but you can't be a one man army in the industry. Like everyone's
Mm-hmm.
out there. There's a ton of opportunity on the table. Um, there's enough for everybody. So we can't be greedy. We can't be in it for ourselves and just do good,
Yeah.
and it comes around.
Yeah, I completely
Yeah.
agree with you. We touched some great points. Like you say, yeah, marketing and sales is very important, but if you don't back it up with trust with your clients and produce a great quality of product, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that you've sold millions of dollars, but then you don't deliver it. So you say, right there, very important. And then also I see that you you say provide value to your customer.
Mhm.
It's the key, and provide kind to your clients that you have, is one of the key of your success, I'm assuming. So right now you actually say, you working as a marketing solution for construction services companies, correct? So when you get
Yes.
into those company, what you see is the main challenge that you encounter in those companies.
Yes. So everyone wants to get big fast. Um, People are on the front lines trying to, stuff the pipeline, close deals, contracts, scale their business so they can deliver on the commitments for the customers. Of course, have really quality control over their product and service, as they should. The the thing about that is that they don't have enough time or emphasis or even really care to create a strong social media presence or brand online
Mm-hmm.
because they have the capital. If they're getting jobs under their belt and there's a proven track record and they're not getting those sales or deals through social media, they don't necessarily have a need for it. Um, Most of their business probably comes through referrals, word of mouth, maybe online website, uh, requests through Google. But if they're really trying to maintain a strong presence or credibility with the homeowner in home, if that homeowner looks them up later and they have 3 posts on social media 2 reviews and, maybe they got 5 stars, but there's only
Mhm.
2 reviews, they're going to get, outbidded by, or, beat out by the other person who has more reviews, more reputation online, and actual like photos. Like, we like to
Mhm.
connect, and just see like a personality behind a brand. Like,
Yeah.
even though you can produce an amazing project and deliver all those things, and your finances and your books are great, it's good to have something personable for somebody to connect with, and feel safe, essentially. So that's the biggest thing I've noticed is these companies, they neglect their online presence, but maybe that online presence is that backdrop or that net to retain some deals that some homeowners are particular about. And everybody's got different needs. Like, people want to look up BBB. They want to see their Google reviews. Some people want to just scroll Instagram and see a reel and be like, oh, this is a company that I've seen. Maybe I should do business with them because I'm local.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. And right now, the buying modes for people, like the motives and the way that they purchase, is different than 5, 10 years ago. And so, as we move more forward to the AI and to all of these things, like also the business, the construction services business, I feel they need to adapt to those moments. And the one that they do, they stay afloat. The one that they don't, they pretty much like losing their credibility. And like you say, people shopping for the restaurant and they go and they look at the review, which restaurant we pick, the one that has most review. So subconsciously, they doing the same way they pick the subcontractor or other things, you know. Also looking at the social media, do they have picture? Do they have things that, like you say, they represent the brand and not just the brand, but the person that is behind that is running the company.
Exactly. Yeah. Very, very true. Very simple. And, people miss out on the smallest things. The little things can, sometimes we're so focused on, I don't want to say the money, the black and white, the business, the metrics, the data, but I mean, people purchase off of emotions. People make decisions off of emotions. So that also has to play a role in how you represent yourself. On the long run, you want a personality that represents you authentically and correctly. So
Hmm.
if someone does decide to you, that they understand like, oh, this is a cool company. It feels like a lifestyle or some,
Hmm.
however
Hmm.
you decide to get and choose your company.
So that's great. So you guys are focusing more, because I just spoke with somebody today, and he told me, "Oh, I build like the presence of the business owner organically. I'm not that
Hmm.
much focusing on the ads and the Google ads and the Facebook ads. I'm more actually set the presence of the business owner and the company and the branding organically, so they can people like actually reach them organically by putting them on different platform and everything. How's your strategy with GP marketing solution compared to what I just say?
Yes. So we know ad spend, that's important. But from one thing I've heard in the construction space, maybe this is different in other industries, is that I've heard stories of sales reps companies invest anywhere from 2 grand to 10 grand to 15 grand to 20 to 30 grand a month to get leads. But 10 out of 10 times, all those leads are nothing. Like, they're not qualified, they're not hot. The ad campaigns are like subpar. And it's a lot of money to be invested towards a return that gives you nothing. So
Hmm.
to me, if the big issue, at least in the construction, home improvement, it could be roofing, solar sales, then I mean, me personally, if I can go capture real life evidence of their job site, and I can get real life content of their foremans, their managers, the CEO, the sales reps, people that are real people, and simply just curate an online presence. I keep it super simple. I just want to brand, create awareness around the company, connect real life people to the online profile, and then of course showcase the different products and services, and specifically just create like I don't want to say a portfolio, but utilize Instagram as a portfolio. Um, and the main focus is consistency. I think having a long and I think a lot of people would disagree with this because people want, you know, deals right away. We need to have systems in place, which I agree with. Those are very important. But GP Marketing Solutions, we essentially just collect and capture finalized projects, maybe in before and afters, certain systems in place, I guess processes of different projects, and simply just do anything to post value. And then do it strategically as well too, because once you start to manage these social platforms, you get to see who engages and interacts with them, and then you start to see like how you can curate and navigate the algorithm, and then what is drawing people. Like this, we're getting a lot more feedback on roofing projects. Then we'll start to put more focus on that, but really make the most of what we're receiving in regard to the data that we're learning about our audiences.
Love it, love it. I think so. Pretty much like you working like yourself as well on the organic part. Like you create a strategic plan for those clients that you have, and you work with them to film pretty much their story and the story behind their companies and what they doing in the end also with their products and service that they offer. Am I correct?
Exactly. Organic and just broadcast what they do.
Mm-hmm. And people appreciate that. And now, do you have challenges to explain to your future customer or possible customer that the return of investment of choosing a company like yours instead of a traditional, like, oh, I'm running your Google ads and Facebook ads?
Mm-hmm. So the question is like more so clients that I work with personally, what's their return going to be like? And if, you know, my method of marketing, is that going to be a better investment on, return on investment versus the ad spend? Was that kind of the question you're asking?
Yeah, because like you mentioned before, like people will always want to see, oh, how many leads I'm gonna get, how many things I'm gonna get. But we all know that on the organic side, when you build a personal brand, it's gonna take
Mm-hmm.
more longer than, okay, I'm putting $2,000 on these meta ads and I'm expecting a return in the next 15 to 20 days. You know what I mean? So how
Mm-hmm.
do you separate yourself and your company compared to other company that they say, I'm a marketing agency that I just run your ads pretty much?
Yes. No, yes, I understand now. So I think, everybody has a different need. Of course, I can go pitch, I can go get more clients. We always want that. But for those who recognize the value of what we do, it's just an instant like we're the right fit for each other. So I'm not out there trying to get 1,000 clients and try and produce. I mean, I'd love to, but I still have a learning curve, and this is full transparency. Trying to scale a business that can essentially really take on more clients and still maintain that quality control, because the last thing I want to do is take on clients and not be able to fulfill an authentic, social media presence for all my clients and manage it correctly.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, most people are like, hey, for example, I just teamed up with somebody here recently in like Orange County, Long Beach area, LA area, and they're a home improvement, home renovation, interior and exterior, licensed GC, and they simply just want their online presence to look good. Like they want a personality, they want to, commit to a couple months and then really showcase their value, their project specific details, so they can use it as reference, when they're in home, and then the sales reps can be like, hey, check out our social media. We got, a couple thousand followers. You can see this video, is exactly how it goes. And that's an interest, that's a need that they see very valuable. Um, so
I
it kind of
love
just
it.
depends what the client. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. I love it. So right here, I don't know if you get chances to see the previous episode of Constructing Future, but pretty much are construction companies that they want to grow and scale. And here at Gaspi, which is my company, we consult them on the system and processes. So we help them create the foundation so they're going to be able to sustain their growth. The reason why I do it because I've done it with my residential company here in Miami for the past 8 years. So this is the reason why I'm putting together also this constructive future because I give voice to the people that in different areas probably of the business, different businesses, residential contractor, that they say, hey, I've done these mistakes, I've done these things, and I overcome those challenges. So you can do it too, pretty much. So.
Hmm. Absolutely. I need to check it out. I know you have quite a few episodes on your YouTube
Mhm.
channel. So
Yeah.
I've seen a couple guys in there follow, and I'm like, man, I know there's a ton of value in that one episode. So I gotta catch up. There's how many episodes do you have? Like over 40 or 50?
About 25 to 30, actually 30. I'm reaching 30 right now. Yeah.
Got it. That's still
Yeah.
good. That's a lot of a lot of content right there.
Yeah, it's a lot of content and a lot of learning. Like every person that comes to the podcast is actually like yourself, is sharing some hints that you're always learning, and that's why I like it to do it, and that's why I would love to have more people also to listen and to share to other people's because there is so much value in there. So it's great.
Mm,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So tell me a little bit more about your vision for your company in the next 3 to 5 years, where you see yourself at.
It's a great question actually because I see how the last few years have put me in a position where I'm at in the marketplace. I mean, I'm in Southern California where, California is, there's a lot of business, there's a lot of opportunities, there's some big power players, big companies. And then construction, it's an important industry that will never go away. There's a lot of, profitability and I see a lot of success there. So for me, being in marketing, I've been able to establish so many relationships for contractors and, construction owners. So my next 3 to 5 years, I really want to see myself as a like a construction builder consultant, essentially playing the form as like a general contractor, but without the license. And of course, maybe we'll get the license, but in
Mhm.
the meantime, be a consultant and really develop and start putting in projects together, and then sub it out to all these relationships that I have, and um, not really take on too much liability, but really not that I'm opposed to it, but just working smarter with where I'm at in my evolution in business. And I never thought this would be the direction I'm going down, but now it just makes total sense. I had a family friend reach out to me, and he's I forget the title. I guess the title's not important, but a construction consultant or builder consultant of some
Mhm.
sort. And he's been doing it for like 20 years, and um, he's got great relationships on like native reservation, like tribe, like land. So he told me he doesn't have a general construction license, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that was a thing. But for you to be so close just proves to me like, okay, I'm on the right path. So let's explore this in more detail, learn from all these success stories, and then just kind of follow that path and just naturally, you know, execute as I've been able to do throughout the years, failing forward in entrepreneurship. But yeah, I definitely want to start building homes from scratch. Anything where there's opportunity to sub out work to, yeah, anything home improvement. And then with my marketing experience, maybe scale that up to another business um, for my business. And then, of course, take on other clients, but really focus on building in the next 3 to 5 years.
I love it. I love it. And anything that you need, I'm here for you, brother. Any hints, any information that I can get you. As I say, I have a lot of experience, so I really here, and I mean it. Anything that I can help.
Thank you so much. And likewise, if there's anything I could do and I can connect you to people in California, or if you have questions, like
Hmm.
I don't want to be limited to just California. And as entrepreneurs, we're ambitious and we want to take things all over the world.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah,
true.
I'm sure we could collaborate.
That's true. I'm gonna ask you. We can talk a little bit more about this even after we finish the episode, so we can get in a little bit more into that. I would love to explore some option to collaborate together. But I always ask this question to all of my people that are gonna be on the stage and in my podcast. And the question is, what problem GP marketing solutions solve that and nobody else does?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. Um, You know what? I provide eyes on job sites that the CEO or the people who are at the top doing more executive stuff can't see. Um, and I'm that direct connection to them and essentially being able to brand and market the things that they can't see. Um, so that would really be the solution that I provide. Of course, the relationships. I mean, most of my clients and the people I've worked with are from referrals from a friend of a friend. And that's how I've been able to navigate and, provide for myself. So just having a quality, reassured relationship that is going to treat your business like it's my own business. Like I'm not just here to market and leave. Like I care about all my relationships. I care about their business and I treat it like as if it's mine. So you do get that level of commitment and I guess purpose. But the solution really is just marketing things they can't see on the job site, magnifying it, showing it, and allowing them to make the adjustments they need to, and me just magnify more of what they want,
I
which is,
love
I
it.
guess, marketing in itself.
Yeah, marketing is amplify your words and the words to the world pretty much. Like get yourself known. That's what all marketing is about in the end. And people may buying your products because they know you. Um, do you think is better the best product wins or the best marketing company
That's a
wins?
good question. Um, I mean, the one that's built to last and that's gonna sustain and essentially like a foundation, if let's say the stronger foundation is going to be the quality product and service. The marketing, yeah, you can make, something not so pretty look, incredibly beautiful. But when you see that in person, you're going to get catfished. If we could put it in terms like that. Um, and those guys don't last. Unfortunately, those companies, I think it's an integrity thing. You can have great marketing, but you want to make sure you have a great business with great ethics, great quality, great workmanship, great reputation, great level of commitment, because that makes marketing in your role as a marketing consultant so much easier. You don't have to fluff it up. You just show up, capture, and paint the picture of truth. Like it's just the proof is in the pudding. I don't need to create
Mm-hmm.
this fake stuff to make it
Yeah,
look good and taste good. My life should be, my name's attached to that too. So I want to make sure I'm representing a company, that is got a quality product and service.
yeah, I love that point of view, and I completely agree with you. You need to be transparent and you need to be ethical because you cannot fake it. You fake it just so much, but then in the end, it's gonna crumble sooner or later. So I love that.
Hmm.
I love that. So now, do you say you capturing? So meanings you have a team of people that you're gonna film those stories and those things yourself, or you let it do it the clients, or how that works?
So essentially, I'm still just I'm a one man army at this point, which is
Okay.
crazy because I do a lot, and I feel like that's the next level is how do I scale this up and maintain quality control, not being too attached to it, but ensuring that the deliverables and the commitment is met for all the clients, because I value my relationships, and the last thing I want to do is tarnish my name, especially in the world's so small. People don't realize that. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I mean, I have a bunch of people who are in marketing, who are videographers that, can take photos and do that, but I don't think I've gotten big enough to sub it out yet. I prepared myself for that. I have those relationships prepared, and I can essentially sub out the work, price things correctly, and then ease into that. But we're almost there. I think we're almost there. And maybe there's a little nugget or a bit of information that could totally transform my entire life and add another zero to what I'm doing,
Yeah,
which I'm
definitely
totally open.
varies. Definitely varies. So
Yeah.
I see like a lot of potential in what you do, and everybody a lot of a big need on that. Especially, as I say, the people that they understand it, the power of having a personal and business brand and get it to the next level are the one that we're gonna jump on that wave right now of AI and whatever comes next. The one that they stay behind, like we're gonna lose. So yeah,
Mhm.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been like 30 minutes, more than 30 minutes right now that we talk. I learn a lot from you. I see like we are very, very aligned to our thoughts and the way that we run in business as well. Do you have any question for me or anything that you want to know?
That's a great question. I was thinking about that earlier, and I was thinking, where you're at currently, what would you say is the biggest challenge or lesson that you're learning that you feel like you're working through to get to that next level? And whether it's has to do with your business, your personal development, or an area of growth in your life where you're like, I just really need to like lock this in because I'm called to do this.
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. I would say like I would break it down in two things. One is the business side, the other one is the personal side. On the business
Hmm.
side, as I told you, I split it up with my partner December 2024. So for me,
Hmm.
I pretty much start a startup, like starting from
Mm,
scratch. I
I
have
see.
two kids, right now, wife and everything. So it's been challenging on the marketing side, as a matter of fact,
Mm,
to make myself known in the marketplace, that I'm doing
mhm,
consulting and I'm actually out there and I actually doing things and I can help people and I know my value, but the other people they don't know enough to actually like reach back to me.
mhm,
So that's marketing part has been the challenge, I would say.
mhm,
I never like compared to you that you always say, oh, I'm always in the marketing side or in the sales side. I was more in the
mhm.
trenches. I was more in the operational side. So I was the
I
one
see.
creating system and processes for my company. And then
Mm,
right now I'm facing, damn, I really need to push the marketing and the sales. Otherwise, the system and
I
processes that I create for other people may don't really matter. You know what I mean?
mhm,
So that's
yeah.
my biggest challenge at the moment as far as business side. Um,
Mm,
as far as personal side, like take massive actions and
yeah.
get big. I always dream very very big, but I feel like there is a difference between how much big you dream and how many action you put
Mhm,
it behind the dream. Make sense?
mhm.
So
Yes.
if
Mm,
the dream is so big but the action are not aligned with the dream, it doesn't matter. You
mhm,
know what I mean? So that's where I see myself. Like I always dream big since I came here to the United States. I know what I want and I write down goals every morning and night. However, my level of
mhm,
action and my level of getting out of my comfort zone has probably not been aligned with that type of dream that I have. It's not that I don't take
I
action, it's not that I don't do things, but it
mhm,
needs to be and alignment on a level of uncomfortable that you need to be to reach those type of
Yeah.
goals.
Yes. No, I love that. I think everyone has new learning curves and, areas of growth in their life in all aspects of our life, whether it's our faith, fitness, focus, what is it? Faith, fitness, finance, family, and all those things. But
Hmm.
um, I know, I think it makes me think. I just learned this. I went to a convention in Vegas for a solar convention, and a gentleman told me about he was in marketing. He does the same thing as me. And I was like, all right, let me talk to all the guys with cameras and just pick their brains. And he was telling me how imposter syndrome is one of the biggest things that will continually have to break through our identities. And there's always a new ceiling. And so what you said just made me think of that, because there's always a new level, but we always have to let go of the old identity and trust and have faith as we step into the new one. But we have to expose ourselves to new environments and surround ourselves around others with, the fruit that essentially is you can see is on them,
Yeah.
and just learn.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
say right. You say right. I just went to a convention as well this weekend. It was an event, and this person, like, as a matter of fact, it's becoming into my ecosystem, and there are people that I really get close to them. And I look at this guy. His name is Hamrin, and he put together like a convention that was amazing. Like, it was one of the
Mhm.
best convention that I never been. And this guy, um like, if you really look at it through him, it's nothing different than me and you. He just take
Right.
like extreme amount of actions, and he gets uncomfortable because it was his first time doing those type of conference with thousands of people,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
he was able to pull, like, the Shark Tanks people were there, Ed Milet was there, and so that's a powerhouse. But you say, what's the difference between him and Haas? It's nothing. Like, it's just the action that he takes and the level of how much you're willing, like, to get uncomfortable.
Exactly. I agree. I think the fear of judgment and the fear of failure, I don't know if that's necessarily one. In business, I've failed hundreds of thousands of times already, I feel like. So failure's no, worry or phobia, but sometimes I think the fear of judgment can come in, especially when you're trying to take on new
Hmm.
actions in your business to get an end result. So I've been that's been kind of like weighing on me recently, and I'm like, where could I be less, I don't want to say careless, but more convicted about what I'm doing, so I don't have to worry about what people say because I know why I'm doing it. The purpose is real,
Hmm.
and I could just do it without permission.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I mean, it was amazing. And again, thank you for sharing all of those things. I really had a good time. And guys, if you this episode is gonna be recorded, I'm gonna put it on YouTube so people can see what you do, Gary. How they can reach out to you if they need help with the marketing.
Yeah, they can follow me on Instagram at the Gary Prey, and then GP Marketing Solutions is tagged inside my bio. But yeah, Instagram is usually the best place because I could drop my phone number, but I don't know if that's probably the best idea. But we'll stick with Instagram.
Stick to Instagram is fine, and you're gonna be in there so people can see you. But again, great chat,
Mm.
and guys, I see you on the next episode of Constructing Future. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep rolling. Thank you, Gary, for being here again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and yeah, I hope to connect more in the future and do this again.